Happy Thursday, everyone. It's another beautiful day here once again. Today I'm here at Segrest Farms, one of the largest fish farm here in Florida. All right, this is the entrance. See, I parked my truck over there, the yellow one. Shows here freshwater, saltwater, and front office. We have to go the front office to check out the person in charge so they can tour us on Segrest Farm. It's pretty hot here in Florida. Plus 34 degrees. Every fish had a sections, plants departments. Here goes the office. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna turn off my live view right now. I'm gonna look for the person in charge. All right, stay tuned, guys. Hey everyone, it's Mike again from Kangen Fish Aquatic and Pets channel. Today I'm here at Segrest Farm. I'm so blessed to be here today because it's a very short notice that I asked Sandy if I could tour his fish farm. If nobody knows Segrest Farm is one of the largest fish farm here in Florida. All right, so I'm here with Alan today. It's fortunate to tour us today at the farm. Here we go, Alan. Take over.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, so we're in our main freshwater building here at Segrest. If you want to look down, you can see how big this building really is. It just kind of goes and goes and goes forever. So we've got a whole bunch of tanks that we'll walk through. We'll see all of our fish, our pack out. That's what these conveyors are. These folks here, they're getting the fish ready to take to pet stores near you. All right. We can go up and down as many aisles or whichever aisles you want, and we can, pick out highlights. I don't know how well, like just if we took a tank, for example, I don't know how well it's going to pick up because these are acrylic systems. They get this sweat because it's so humid and everything. So I don't know what's going to be best. We can look top down. We can cover up these so you can look into the tops of them. Again, whatever's easiest for you. What? We got it. We should be all right. Thank you. So these are just assorted fancy guppies and things like that.
Why is that in the field? Is it because the water is too cold, or?
Yeah. So the air in the building that we're in is way warmer than the water in the tanks. So it's building up a whole bunch of condensation. That combined with how humid it is in these buildings builds up all this condensation on the front of the tanks. So let's see if we can find Let's find a cool.
So basically, you put your aquarium color coded as well. So that means anything that is used is ready to ship, or
Yeah, so we'll see different signage on these tanks as we go through. So use first, use second. So that's take the fish out of this tank before we take the fish out of this tank. You'll see things like this that have holds on them. So these fish, they're not ready. They may have just come in. They may have a health thing. They may be getting watched by our animal care staff. A whole bunch of different reasons. You'll see the differences in the different stickers that we have. So like here's a yellow, and then you go pink, blue, green. So these coincide with the days of the week that we received the shipment. We've got all kinds of information. That one's kind of hard because the ink runs. All kinds of information on here. So it tells you what type of fish it is. This is internal, like SKUs and things like that. But this here, so 10002, that's a vendor. That correlates with where we got the animals from. Here's how many bags came in with how many fish in the bag. The day that it came in, the literal day of the week it came in, on what order it came, and the location it goes. The reason why we do all of this is so that we can track if there was an issue with these fish. You know, if something were to happen where yellow and black leopard guppies had a problem, we can go back and we can look at, okay, was there an issue with the vendor? Was there an issue with that day's shipment? Did it get delayed? Did we do something with it? So this is a way for us to manage the animals and manage their health and make sure if we do see something, so if we do see like, okay, we've gotten these guppies time and time again from vendor 100 or whatever, there's a problem. So we can work with the vendors immediately, address it, and have happy, healthy animals in place. So you'll see that throughout all these tanks. There's loads of different information. We even go as far as these big labels. They've got, you know, the animal information. This is real technical, I know. It's hat and cover. So that's going to tell us hat. We may see some when they put them in the buckets, they'll cover them with like an old shower cap because the fish will jump. So if it says yes, that means put the top on the bucket. A cover we'll see probably as we get a little further. There will be a little cover on the tank so they don't jump. Tells you how many fish go in there. Tells you what kind of food is best for them. And then gives an identification image so that when we're training new people or when someone's in this row that may not know, okay, this is what a red blonde tuxedo guppy is supposed to look like, they'll be able to look at this picture and make sure, okay, that's definitely it. That's the right fit. So there's all kinds of things like that that we're doing as far as quality control, making sure that the animals are the right animals and that they're healthy animals.
all these sections are guppies, or
So this whole wall is guppies. So each row is going to have different animals on it. So as we walk, like, so this will be guppies, this is platies, then we'll go to something different, something different, something different. So it'll be different animals each time we walk up and down a row.
do you guys bring this one here from, or
These ones are imports. Yeah, the live bear, the guppies and the platies, the imports. Try to see, let's see if we can find something cool. Wow, not that everything's not cool. I'm gonna get blamed for that. See if we can find something unique. Or we'll go this way. So these are all of our discus, right? So we keep them on a separate system because of the level of care and the specifics of what they need. So rather than put them in the system where we're housed the majority of our fish, we've got these guys independent because we recognize that they've got some care, some things that they need that we can only provide if we have them in a standalone system like this. So that's why this is all just discus. And we'll go down, there's a hallway down there that might have like some stingrays in it maybe, or some of the more oddball cool stuff. Yeah, so these here are the conveyors. So, this is a good example. So there's a hat, right? So that fish, whatever fish is in this bucket jumps. So we put these hats on them because they're going to sit on here and they're going to be in these buckets for 5-10 minutes at most.
Looks like a hairnet.
Exactly. It's anything to keep the fish in. So the fish are getting put into these buckets. So as they're going up and down these rows, they're picking the fish, they're getting the nets, they're dipping them in, they're getting the fish. they put them in these buckets. These buckets go on these conveyors, and when they're ready, they'll put the buckets on the appropriate conveyor to send it down the line. And that's going to be how, you know, each order is. Each order is going to be a color, right? So yellow, whoever that yellow customer is, that's all his order. Then we go on to the blue, and that's all their order.
It's for customers.
Exactly.
I thought it was for different kind of.
Exactly. It's for the customer, and they'll match up. So you'll see the yellow and the blue here. There's yellow and blue there. All the way down to the end of the building, there will be yellow and blue. And then somebody will say, hey, we're on yellow. And now all the yellow buckets will go onto whatever conveyor they're supposed to go on. And then they'll all get sent down. It's very, I can't follow it. And that's why I'm in marketing.
All these sections are most likely community fish or some rare stuff.
There's probably rare. We'll go around this corner, and there'll be rare stuff around this corner. Trying to think. There's probably some cool rainbows in one of these two rows we can check out. There's plecos over there we can check out. Let's see what's down here. What's behind door number 1? Okay. So there's
a plastic. Normally we use that in piranha, if there's something like this.
So we use this as, so these are the blue convict, the Honduran blue convict cichlids, right? So we use these as a means of lowering the aggression within the tank. So it's kind of like having, you know, just like you would do with a piranha, having something in there to distract them, so to speak, or to provide that natural, you know, enrichment so they don't go after each other.
That's why I thought it was all aggressive.
Yeah. So this is going to be a lot of like really sensitive type fish, or it's going to be wild caught fish, because this is a reverse osmosis system. Again, this is a standalone system, and the filtration will be down here.
This is most likely 6NO. I mean, the pH.
The pH is going to be lower on this. The hardness, I think, is lower on these. So yeah, it's going to be like a lot of our piaba fish. When we get them, we'll come back here. So that's cool. Here, let me see if we can get a. Now that I scared them all away, that was a good call.
It's again eaten, right?
Yes, I believe so.
But you can survive on salt water as well?
I don't think so.
It adapted since they're very well, so it should be alright. But they like more hard water. So this is the same thing, right?
So yeah, so this will, well, it's a different type of lanceolate. Those guys. Let's see what else we've got. Some different types of plecos and such.
You keep zebra flake as well?
We do. I don't know if we have them right now. We can look as we walk through. That guy is ginormous, a marble goby. That's pretty cool looking.
The goby.
Different type of Otocinquus. That's kind of interesting. That's not one we see all the time.
Oh yeah. So those are ready for ship.
Yep, those guys are ready to go. So they've been here, what's today? It's like the 7th. They've been here since Monday. So they've passed all of the inspection, all of the checks by the animal care team. Some Calvin or compressor stops. What else we got? Is there anything? Worms. See what else we have. Let's see. BB barbs. It's in there. That usually implies something interesting. It's a big zebra pike. I don't know if you can see it. Spinellas. Huh. Black ruby barbs. Let's see, it looks like we're out of a lot of this. Also, it being Thursday, we're going to have fewer animals than we would, earlier in the week, because we try to, at the end of the week, have as little as possible. We have people here every single day feeding and everything, but obviously, on a Friday, we don't pack anything on Fridays because of shipping schedules. We don't do like Saturday delivery or anything because the risk. And then Saturday and Sunday, obviously, we're not packing anything. So come Thursday, it's our lowest level of inventory by the end of the day. So we have as few animals carry over the weekend.
When the big shipments are up, so each section has the acclimation area, or or you just mix it up?
So it depends on like what animals we're getting in. A lot of it goes through the same protocols, but what we do is it'll vary on, if it's a fish that comes from 15 minutes down the road from one of our production facilities here in Florida versus a fish that's coming from, Sri Lanka or something. There could be different things. And that's where our animal care staff comes in. Because like with discus, they do a much more advanced acclimation process. So that the animal care staff is there dictating like, okay, here's what we need to do for these species. Here's what we need to do for this shipment from this country and things like that. So it's really, we've got a system down, and as we need to tweak it, the animal care staff and everybody will come in and figure out what's best for the animal.
It's pretty much here. I thought first it was left, right? So
yeah, we're at the
acclimation area.
So
we'll move it to the next level.
So these things will stay here. So they'll sell out of this hallway. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. That's the thing is, and we'll see. I mean, we've got a whole building still to go through.
You guys keep bigger fish?
We do from time to time. We may run into some further back in the corner of the building. I know we've had some bigger cichlids. I'm not sure what we've still got today, but we can check those out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. We've got tons of cichlids. That's a big discus too. Got going. And anything you want to like stop and film, like just do it. We've got time, and we want to make sure you get whatever you want. Red Marlboro. All right. This row, Mexican crayfish, more platies and such, some different types of catfish. Is anything crazy? Got rams. We've got some shovel nose catfish. This guy's kind of cool if I don't spook him. Thai goose catfish. Those guys are always cool. Big monster tank fish. Yeah. Whole bunch of platies. Probably variatus in here too.
Hi Sandy, how are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you. Welcome to Florida.
Thank you. It was nice here. I brought the kids in clear water right now, and then I told them that I'm going to be here just to the fish grill, and then come back after. But it was nice. So far, I've been here for 4 days, and I love it.
It's a bit warmer.
Way warmer. When we left to Toronto, it's -4. And
Almost
No. Nah. Hard pass.
I know. Nice to see you again, Sandy. If nobody knows Sandy visited us last year at Canadian Expo.
Yep.
He gave us a very inspiration speaking to about the fish. And she's one of the presidents here at Segrest Farms.
That's right. And I'll be back up in Toronto in September for the next Canadian Pet Expo.
Oh,
so
nice.
come see me.
Nice. We're looking forward to seeing you again.
That's it.
What's that?
Yeah.
We've just been walking through looking at fish.
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah. I have no
Yeah.
idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So, We're about to show me the cichlids there.
The cichlids, if you want. Yeah.
We have some really cool stuff right now.
Yeah, we did the hallway first. I figured that was appropriate. That's just Oscars, rainbows and such.
There's all sorts of interesting things down here.
Yeah, between the puffers.
Flippers always seems to be a popular one on the floor.
Yeah, let's see what we've got. Some Frontosa. I know we were talking about that before. You want her to do them? Here. You want to see that you have the microphone?
A lot of Frontosa.
A lot of Frontosa. And I think you have these two, Paratilapia Polini. Beautiful fish. Yeah. And then up here is something you don't see very often at all. This is maybe the first time I've ever seen these. Bodart's goggle-eyed mud skippers. I only knew that there were two different varieties of mud skippers. I thought there was just African and Asian. Who knew? Yeah. And we have leopard puffers, also known as spotted puffers, figure 8 puffers, little dwarf puffers, little freshwater puffers from India. Sorry? These are brackish. They're from the Mekong Delta.
The most water here are rockish.
Yeah, well, this is not a brackish system, so this is probably our salt salinity in this system. I would think varies between 4 and 6 parts per thousand. There's an interesting Polypterus poli. What else do we have? We have Enlisheri Polypterus here. Delhaize Polypterus here, and both of these are tank raised. We have Odoe tiger pike characins. Not something you see in every pet store. What's that? That means those fish are hungry. Get them some food.
That's the focus of this.
Right. Yeah, OB peacocks. And a number of, yeah, we have some flower horns, and we have some assorted Alanacara here. We see a lot of assorted Alanacara in the U.S., mostly for show tanks, for maintenance tanks, if they're going to put them in like a doctor's office or in a hotel for something flashy and they don't want to have salt water. This is like the go-to, the assorted Alanacara.
Very nice. It's on specialty of cichlid as well. That's
Yes.
the place for salt water, but they're setting up exact salt water tank,
Exactly.
but they put the cichlid on it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, exactly. You put the live rock, the dead rock, whatever, like the holy rock we get out of Texas would be great with that.
And it clears the pH as well.
Absolutely. And so our pH here, like, I don't know if you guys have had that conversation, our pH out of the well here is like 8.5. And so we have to soften it and soften it again before we can put it into the tanks because it is like liquid rock. It is so hard. So we double soften it before we bring it in the building.
In Ontario, we have a hard water.
Yeah.
It goes to 8.5 to 9.
Woo!
That's why we just put them
So
in
lots
the
of African cichlids for you as well. All right.
But they can survive. Over there, there's a sprinter, right?
Right.
Any tropical will not survive.
Yeah. So on the other side here, we have, this is like the snail wall. Snails and other invertebrates are where it's at right now in the U.S. A lot of these snails are plant safe or other animal safe, and they're really some interesting characters, especially like these rabbit snails. It's a beautiful, different kind of snail, different than the normal, apple and ram's horn snails of my childhood that are actually illegal now. Yeah, we can't have those anymore. And nerites, the diversity of nerite snails coming in from Southeast Asia is just amazing. Look at the feet on these orange rabbit snails. How cool.
They're all different sizes, obviously different prices.
That's right. But we do, so there's different types and different prices, and then we sell an assorted, which is, they're all in the same price range, and so we make like an average price. This is Betty. She picks about I don't know. I would think that Betty picks herself about 100,000 fish a week. An incredible amount of fish.
You took your truck or after you know? Huh? You took your truck or after you know?
Yeah. Let's see what else we have. We have a little bit more. Right, we have some Corydorus on this aisle, as well as we have some imported Loricaridae. Most of the Loricaridae, I think, on the other side come in from Belém or from some of the other export regions along the Amazon River. So maybe my favorite tank cleaner ever is the albinus, also known as rubber plico. Comes in from the Orinoco region of Colombia. It only gets to be about 5 inches long. Spectacular tank cleaner. And we have some rainbows. Rainbows is, I think, one of the reasons people buy fish from Florida versus some other areas. Is our rainbows. All of the rainbows we sell are all have adult coloration without the use of hormones. They're all 6, 9, 12-month fish, so they're ready to be spectacular in somebody's home aquarium. And that's something you don't see every day. Yeah, I love those. Those blackberries are gorgeous. They make one of the most impressive show tanks I've ever seen.
Very nice.
Ornatus tetras, also beautiful fish. So these black arowanas come in from Colombia. We don't trade, of course, in the juveniles. They're only collected in Brazil, and they're not legal to collect in Brazil. We only trade in the adults of these, and these are exported from Colombia. Oh, Melinis. I love those fish. What's your favorite fish?
Hard to forget. I'm a cichlid guy.
All right. Let's see what interesting fish we have here. Some L47s. Love those. Look at these L398s. Are they beautiful?
L46.
We've got L46. Let's see. I don't see any. They would normally be here, but I don't see any.
Pretty much most of them you get carried.
Most of them we import actually from Indonesia. Yeah. And since they just went on CITES, I don't know if Indonesia is writing the CITES yet on those. I'd have to check on that.
I believe only out 46 to Paris, but the rest are okay.
The rest are okay so far. So far. This is one of my favorites, these L330s. Look at that.
Wow. Watermelon type and everything. That's it. So you guys are wild?
Yes, wild. Medusas, one of the ugliest fish known to man. I love them though, because they're so different.
That's what everyone wants when something is different.
Yeah. A chubby's the L56. It's a really interesting fish. The normal stuff, the L200s, the green phantoms, a whole bunch of normal royals, L191s, maybe a couple hundred of those. Yeah, those are all being shipped out today. Yep, more quarries. And more rainbows. And more swordtails. And now we have some rare and interesting fish up here, right? We have Nothobranchius rakovi. And those are albino. Next to them we have some really interesting avocado puffers.
I don't see that in Canada.
And next to them we have,
brackish, right? They're just regular.
what's that?
They're not brackish, right?
I don't actually know the answer. I don't know if they're normal or brackish. I've always assumed that they're brackish. And then next to them we've got a couple of massive green terror cichlids up in these two top tanks.
Is that wild too or sanctuary?
These are pond raised here in Florida. Those fish are in there as dither fish.
Good answer. It's probably full right now. There we go.
We have bumblebee gobies, always popular, always a more sensitive fish. On top of them, we have some of the more interesting labyrinth fish. We've got a super red paradise gourami up top, and as well as we have some pumilus gouramis. And then next to that is one of my favorite live bears ever, which are the Celebes half-beaks. And archers, it reminds me I need to take some archers home tonight. I forgot about that.
They're brackish too.
Yeah, they're brackish. Yeah, pink-tailed chalceus. Ceylon puffers, those are beautiful too. And look at those. Look at these high-fin velvet tucks swordtails. And look at that. You don't see that very often. Ternetzi anastomus. And then down here below we have more interesting fish. Gold Styphodon gobies. Barred Anguilla Loach. Wrestling half-beaks up there. Peacock gudgeons. Very, yes, they're aggressive. Like tiny, they're like chihuahuas.
Nice.
So you gotta have some true red devils, not citronellums. Ooh. I didn't know we had that. So we have some more cool stuff. So we have these checkerboard Hercules cichlids here. Mega red Epistogramma cockatoides here. Some more massive green terrors. We have some double red Agassizes here, double orange cockatoides here, opal Borellis there. Ooh, this is fun. I should do this more often.
Yes, blue Texas too.
What's that?
Blue Texas cichlid.
Yeah. Yes, blue Texas and green Texas we call Carpintus. Yes.
Yes, the carpenter.
Yes. Dina is one of the meanest fish I've ever seen on the planet. I've only known of one farmer to ever raise that fish, ever. They're so mean.
Meaner than Roma?
It's a nasty, nasty fish. It doesn't get as big as Dovai, and it's not that attractive. It's just really
Mean.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Pugnacious, even.
There you go. This guy, here we go. The favorite-
Aren't they gorgeous, those ollies? Gorgeous when they're juveniles up to... No, these are not raised here. I think these are raised in Thailand, if I recall. Yeah. We don't get many cichlids from Thailand, but Thailand does a really great job with these. We have some adult Geophagus brasiliensis.
You like feed them.
Mhm.
These sizes.
At those sizes,
Or not little babies.
I wouldn't think that they live feed Geophagus, because that I would think that at that size they should be pellet feeding, because those are not wild fish. They've been raised on prepared food. Yeah. Newly hatched Jack Dempsey's. Wow.
You guys keep
That makes me so unhappy. Blue Dempsey's? Yeah. Yeah.
look at the one of the popular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we keep the standard ones are in the middle. This is like a regular stop, and then things that are unusual, we'll generally keep them at the end of the rows or up top. So, like you'll see these.
Right now. Everybody loves this one.
Yeah. Here's an epistogram I've never seen before. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I'm not even trying. How do you pronounce it?
We'll leave that up to the viewers.
You will give me that option.
Dove eyes. You want a real bruiser. That's it.
Alright. That's it. No different types of food. You guys keep piranha here?
No, we're not allowed to possess them in Florida. Not even at a zoo level, we're not allowed to possess them.
Because
No.
they can survive here, right?
Exactly, right. So there's some fish, and of course Florida is different than any other state because we're in the subtropics and we're loaded with fresh water. So we have to be very careful about which species that are allowed to be kept here. There are some species which we can't possess at all, like wolffish or piranha. You know, because if that ever escaped into the Everglades, that would be an environmental nightmare. There are some animals that we can keep with a conditional species permit, like stingrays. We can keep freshwater stingrays, but the containment has to be approved by the state, and we can hold those here and ship those out of state only.
You keep black diamond stingrays?
Yeah, occasionally. I don't think we have. Well, we didn't have any here over the weekend, but they would have been in the hallway if we'd had any. It's interesting. There's not that much trade in those big potamotrygons that you would think. The majority of trade has been in the little ones. The hystrix that come out of Manaus. Even with the little teacups, which of course don't stay little, there's not very much trade in those stingrays.
That's the kids over there.
Yes. Oh, shrimp. And it looks like, of course, this is the end of the week, but we're running low on our stock levels of shrimp. But shrimp, especially neocardinias, are amazingly popular here. So much trade in them, so many different new colors and variations, and some crossbreds that are just gorgeous. So there's a lot of trade in neocardinias, not so much in the cardinias because of the special water requirements that they have. But of course, if people are obsessed with them, they will fix the water to keep the ones that they want. And here's some more of those gorgeous Alanacaras.
The densest area.
Yeah. Yep. Balloon fish are very popular in the U.S. as balloons are very popular. Hybrids are very popular. Blushing fish have kind of gone out of fashion, but we like the bright colors. Like electric blue anything is popular. These electric blue rams, I think we started receiving them maybe 10 years ago, and their popularity continues to increase.
So who maintained the inventory?
So we have a whole buying department that maintains the inventories. We have people that buy, that do demand planning and buying, and that's what they do. And we have a crew of people that are in charge of receiving the fish, and then another crew that is in charge of packing the fruits, and then another crew that is in charge of the husbandry. Yeah. This is a very interesting fish. It breeds in brackish water and then is raised in fresh water. And then on top of that are the pedicure fish, used around the world in spas where they chew off the dead layer of skin. Batis, another great labyrinth fish.
But they're not red, right? Yeah.
No, those are not red batis. Those are not the scarlet batis. Those are just normal batis. And if there's any, I don't see any down there. There's another interesting little crab. The little pom-pom crabs.
This is going to be all of our angelfish. Angelfish are imported now, right?
Sorry? Yeah, I think we're going to give up on that project. We had the majority of the angelfish actually are locally raised. I don't bring in any angelfish from Southeast Asia due to disease concerns. So we'll have fish that are raised here in Florida that we test at the farm level and here for virus. And then we also bring in fish from Eastern Europe. So betta. Oh my gosh, the innovation in betta since COVID's ridiculous. It's so cool. The varieties, the color variations and fin variations, and some of the hybrids that they've made, little plackets and other things. It's just incredible. So what we developed here is a way to keep, because we go through an awful lot of bettas, and bettas come into us in small packages, small bags, and this is actually something that we've rebagged. So we wanted to devise a way to house the thousands of bettas that we go through and be able to change their water on a daily basis as well as feed them. So this is what we are currently devising. We change the water on these on the daily as well as feed them. Yeah. You want to see something really cool? I love this fish so much. Eretmotus cyanosictus, little goby cichlid from Tanganyika. It was love at first sight. And gar, so many different kinds of gar and other kinds of prehistoric fishes. Mm-hmm. Featherfin knife is something you don't see very often. So a bunch of different kind of loaches on this aisle. Fire eels is like the puppy of fish. Indian butterfly gobies is a really interesting fish. It's one of the few toxic freshwater fish. It has toxic spines. Yep. So we'll label that as we ship those, because not every store associate knows that animal is going to be toxic. We want to make sure that they're safe. Yeah.
Saltwater lionfish.
Absolutely. You bet. Silver scats is a true freshwater scat, unlike greens and tigers. Water cow gobies are actually a food fish in their native Ecuador. All right. Got on the other side, we've got a ton of gouramis. Oh yeah, Mono argentis. Lots and lots and lots of gold dojo loaches.
I don't know if it's long legs. You guys have them?
Yes, and I haven't seen them yet,
I know it's common.
but I haven't looked for them. But
Of the farmers,
mm-hmm.
East Point, the Victorian.
Yes.
Maybe we can see the Brazilian.
So dragon puffer is one of the more rare species of puffers. That fish we only see maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And I don't know about your market, but this fish, the black rams, have been extremely popular here. They're maybe the most sensitive of all the rams so far. We continue to work on their genetics so that to increase their hardiness, but incredibly popular.
Very, very popular. But then, right? And strong fishes as a predator.
And then this one, these black widow frontosas, they're crazy. Love them. Yep, goldfish, more mollies.
They're getting popular. Like pandas, burritos, lion. You ship salt water in a different areas?
Yeah, right now I'm actually keeping it in Atlanta. Yeah, because we're tearing down the buildings that they were kept in to and rebuilding new buildings because salt eats through everything.
Is there shipping section?
This is our shipping section. So the buckets come down in pet store order, right? We have different colored buckets that are for the different pet stores. They come on the conveyors down to the packing area where these people are transferring the identification label from the buckets to the bags, pouring the fish into the double poly bags, blowing the rest of the bag up with oxygen, clipping it with the metal clip that comes from the poultry industry, and then send it down further to quality assurance.
The end is process always inspected at first before they
That's right. That's right.
build it.
So on this side is the finishing packaging, but before they put it in a box, there's a quality manager to check everything, if everything's right on the quantity and quality of the fish. Okay, now Sandy is showing us the finishing line of the shipment. She's going to show the shipping office. Hey, how are you? All right, this is the finishing line. In here, she's sharing the schedule, the labeling of the shipment, each customers, and every conveyor has their own customer's line, right? As you can see, the style of their shipment, it looks like airport style. They have arrival and departure stuff. Now we are heading to the trailer. So once the shipment is done, it's going to a 53-foot trailer, and at the end of the day, that trailer will be filled up and full of box going to airport. Okay, Alan and Sandy, thank you very much for having me, and thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you guys like my video. Bye.